Hello and welcome to another successful garden design show. In this episode we're going to look at how to design a long narrow garden that has to incorporate a lot of vegetable growing and a sauna and enough room for the dogs to run around and be low maintenance. If you're frustrated your garden doesn't look as beautiful as it could, even though you've purchased lots of lovely plants, then help is at hand. Plants are not enough. You have to have a good design layout. And when you combine design with the beauty of plants, that's when the magic really happens. It's our mission here at Successful Garden Design to show you how to do it, and it's much easier than you may think. I'm Rachel Matthews and I've been a professional international garden designer for over 30 years, and I teach garden design online. So this is the garden we're designing. As you can see, it's very long and narrow, and there are existing planting borders for vegetables on the right hand side, which of course makes the garden even narrower. So what we need to do is divide up the space in a way that utilises the garden in the best way, but it also has to be low maintenance and family and dog friendly. The existing deck has seen better days, so that's going to come up and a new deck put in its place. They've also got an area at the end of the garden where the parking is, so we're going to try and utilise that and make some space for storage of bikes and possibly also a composting area as well. Oh, and on top of that, they want to have one of those barrel saunas at the end of the garden, which you may remember I was going to have in my garden that we put in an earlier episode, so we've got to incorporate that as well. So I've drawn the plan up at a scale of 1 to 50, so that means every 2 centimetres on the drawing is a metre in real life. And I'm just dividing up the space, the empty spaces where the lawn's going to be. Now I've already got in my head what I was going to do in this space. Because there's so many squared planters, curves I don't think would fit in this space very well and be in keeping with everything else. So I've just put in a couple of very simple rectangular lawns, and now I'm putting in an L-shaped lawn with the sauna area. So I don't normally come up with designs quite this quickly at the rough stage, but I had a very clear vision in my head, so I'm now just roughing that out to see if what I could see in my mind's eye is actually going to work in reality. Now the reason I've done 2 rectangular lawns here is because if we had put in one long stretch of lawn, it would have made that space look even longer and narrower. So by having 2 separate smaller rectangles and pinching it in the middle, one, we're creating a bit of interest, but 2, you've got smaller shapes, and that division of space, other than creating interest, means that we can make it look a little bit wider than if we just used a very long rectangle in that space. So the next thing now is to put in some paths. So I've left a space next to the planters for a deck path, and the reason we're using decking is because the garden in winter gets quite waterlogged. So the idea we've had is to run the path at the same height as the deck, so it's almost like a floating path way above the actual height of the lawn. So that is working its way around the garden. As you can see, I'm just putting in the lines here with the ruler so that my rough markings are actually, now I know where everything is going to be, I'm now putting in proper lines and making the path width. The minimum width you'd have for a path would be 60 centimetres, but ideally 80 centimetres to a metre on a garden of this size. So that goes right up almost the middle, but next to those planting borders, and then it snakes off to the left to get you to the sauna, but also off to the right to get you to the back gate. And that just divides the space up nicely. It gives you a focal point to look at with the barrel sauna, but also from a practical point of view, you want almost the quickest route to the gate as possible. So that's why it goes off to the side as well. And this utilises the space as well as we can. Ideally, it would have been better had the vegetable planters been at the top of the garden, because it looks better to have the widest section of lawn closest to the house, but as I say, you can get around it by the shapes we've used here. Now I'm also thinking it would be nice where the lawn pinches in to have an archway or small pergola so that it frames the view and it gives you something to focus on which pulls the eye down the garden and away from the vegetable planters. Now, as neat as the vegetable planters are, it's going to look better on the left of the garden, and the barrel sauna area, which is quite a nice looking feature, that is where you want to draw the eye. So now I'm just neatening everything up using the ruler to make sure that all the paths are the same width and that everything works. So as you can see, first off, very rough scribble by outlining freehand the shapes I want, and then it's a matter of going over the drawing and making sure all the paths and all of the lawns are the same width and getting everything and making sure it all fits. So it's just tweaking what I've already done in rough and putting it in neatly to make sure everything works as I had it envisaged. So now I'm just popping in the finishing touches. The owners wanted a dog washing area, but also we need to fit in a cold plunge pool for when they come out of the sauna and a shower. So that's just going in this section here, just in front of the barrel sauna. Now I'm happy with everything, it's just a matter of inking it up. Now, yes, I know most people use computers these days, but as I spend so much time at a computer, I really prefer the good old-fashioned hand-drawn. And I do find my clients also appreciate a hand-drawn plan. And then we just finish off the drawing with a few sketches of how it will look from the kitchen window. So here is the finished drawing. So the deck now goes right the way across the width of the garden, and you'll notice the decking is running from left to right, and that is to accentuate the width of the garden. And although it would be easier if the path was running from top to bottom, that would make it look really long and really narrow. So that is why I've taken it from left to right, even though it's a little bit more work. But it floats just above the lawn there. So in order to have it easy to mow, I've also put a deck strip at the lawn level so you can run the lawnmower over. And this is sort of the view, if you're standing in the garden, that's sort of the view. You can see how the shapes work as it takes the eye down the garden. So hopefully the clients will be happy with this, and it certainly utilises the space well. So I hope this episode has inspired you to tackle designing your garden, and if you'd like some help with that, we've got lots of online garden design courses and also some free garden design web classes. Links to those in the description below. So until next time, take care.